Hello everyone, welcome to Tommy's Reptiles. In this video, we're doing a pet shop review of Beverly's Pet Center. At the end of this video, we'll give Beverly's Pet Center a final score based on 4 main categories, which are pricing, enclosure upkeep, variety, and customer service. We'll be scoring each of the 4 categories from a 1 through 10, and then after that, we'll take all 4 scores, average them together to give us the final score. Let's head to Beverly's Pet Center. All right, we're here in the parking lot. It's a nasty day out. Perfect day for a nice little pet shop run. All right, guys, so we just got here to Beverly's Pet Center. Let's go inside, get out of the rain, and give this pet shop a score. So here's the front of the store, Beverly's Pet Center. Just strolling on through the front entrance of the pet shop. They have some aquariums on sale, and oftentimes they sell cracked aquariums for a discount that got damaged in the shipping process. They even have a little saltwater aquarium at the cash register with a clownfish in it. Let's head to the reptile section. The first thing you see when entering the reptile section is this little turtle tank. It has an assortment of all kinds of baby turtles, mostly like red-eared slider morphs. I think sometimes they also have baby snapping turtles and softshell turtles. This is the first enclosure we came across, and I must say their water quality looks very clean. It seems like they're on top of their water maintenance. Now we're moving on to the main part of the reptile section. A lot of these enclosures today are actually empty. It seems like they've made a lot of sales, but here's a bearded dragon. Yeah, he should probably be in a bigger enclosure, but maybe this is just a temporary situation. Looks like right above him is a little leopard gecko who just had a drink. Right next to that gecko is a bearded dragon enclosure with plenty of room, and it's pretty clean. Now we're looking at some Savannah monitor babies. They're cute little guys, plenty of space. This enclosure is also really clean. And from what I've noticed so far, the prices have been very fair. I think it's because a lot of the stuff is on sale, but this pet shop seems to always have pretty good sales. Here's some cute little sulcata tortoises, also known as African spur thigh tortoises. These guys are really cute, but keep in mind, they're the 3rd largest tortoise species on the planet. The biggest one ever recorded weighed 230 pounds. People get them and keep them in their backyard, but they turn into little bulldozers. They can dig under fences, knock fences down, and they actually often escape. Here's the snake section of the reptile area. They always have a large assortment of ball pythons, and sometimes they have other types of snakes. All of these snakes seem to be on sale also, so that factors into the fair price category. I've been to this pet shop quite a few times, and every time I'm here, it seems somebody's cleaning the reptile enclosures and staying on top of it, which is a good thing, obviously. As far as enclosures go for these snakes, I gotta say I'm pretty impressed. Most reptile pet shops, or pet shops in general, have their snakes in these little tiny enclosures. Each one of these enclosures seems big enough where the snake could fully stretch out. They all just got their water changed, so they're taking a nice soak. This snake enclosure is set up correctly. There's a cool side with a water feature and a hot side with a heat lamp. The snake can go back and forth and thermoregulate. And here's a clown ball python for $239. I don't know if that's a fair price, but let's move away from the snakes and go to the geckos. We saw they had a leopard gecko earlier, and here they seem to have a lot of crested geckos, also on sale. Here's a crested gecko with no tail for 50 bucks. Here's some Venus flytraps. Below that, they have a cool little juvenile pixie frog. And this pet shop even has tarantulas, which is pretty cool. Pink toe tarantula? I didn't even know tarantulas had toes. Here's a reptile enclosure section. They have all kinds of different sizes, fish tanks, vivariums, you name it, they got it. I always think these enclosures are a little overpriced, but it's not specific to this pet shop. It's everywhere. Everywhere jacks up the prices. And the last part of the reptile section, they have some chameleons. There's a cool little Jackson's chameleon down here, which was my favorite chameleon as a kid. I've never had a chameleon, but I always thought these guys were cool, especially when they had those horns. Now let's move on to their fish section. The first thing you see is this awesome tank with a bunch of cool corals in it. And then look how big this fish section is. It's huge. Biggest one I've ever seen down here. There's no way I would be able to show you guys every single tank in here because it would take all day and you guys don't want to see that, but I'll show you some highlights. Right off the bat, the first thing I notice is how clean this water is and how healthy the fish are. Here's a cool little cylindrical fish tank. It's not my cup of tea, but I could see why people would like it. Now we're gonna cruise down the aisle with the bigger fish tanks. There's some discus. Everything is looking great. I absolutely love how this pet shop has a large assortment of aquatic plants. Makes it way easier so you don't have to order them offline. Now we're heading towards my realm, African cichlids, my favorite type of fish to keep. They all have bright coloration. The water looks absolutely pristine. I want to take a sip of this water, it looks so clean. All right, let's keep on cruising, keep on cruising. Seems like this pet shop has everything. It's a giant warehouse just filled with stuff. They have all kinds of cool corals. I don't know anything about corals, but they're all on sale, so I'd say they're fair priced. And they're all really cool looking. Looking at some saltwater fish, and I found that they even have starfish. We'll take a quick stroll down this aisle. I'll show you a few more tanks, and then we'll wrap it up. But yeah, all kinds of freshwater fish. They probably have any fish you could ever want, especially if you're a beginner. Every aquarium I've seen so far is clean. All the fish are healthy. I don't think I've seen one dead fish yet, which is great. Here's a big Oscar. These guys are awesome. Also on sale. Seems like every single thing I've looked at today is on sale, which is a plus. Here's some more smaller African cichlids. They have koi fish, which is pretty cool. A lot of people like to have those bad boys in their ponds. If anyone watching this can tell me what type of fish this is, I would greatly appreciate it. It's really cool looking. Here's one of these really cool prehistoric fish. I think they're called bichers. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they look like they're from a prehistoric time. More of my favorite, African cichlids. And I just want to show you guys how much fish products this store carries. Anything you can imagine, filters, heaters, all different shapes and sizes for saltwater and freshwater. Look at all those decorations. I have no ties to this pet shop. I'm just saying it like it is. I'm saying my honest opinion. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I must say I really do think this pet shop is really great. Now let's stroll down the reptile supply section. My only negative comment, I think, would be I want more reptile supplies. They have that much fish supplies. Let's make as many reptile supplies. Of course, they have a decent selection, but you know me, I'm mostly a reptile channel. I love fish, I love aquariums, but reptiles are my thing. And right here, they have a little substrate area for reptiles and some mats and stuff like that. And they even have a surplus of driftwood and aquatic stones. It's time to score each of the 4 categories. For pricing, Beverly's Pet Center is going to get an 8 out of 10. For enclosure upkeep, Beverly's Pet Center is going to get a 10 out of 10. For variety, Beverly's Pet Center is going to get a 7 out of 10. And for customer service, Beverly's Pet Center is going to get a 10 out of 10. Which results in a final score of an 8.75, which is a very good score for a pet shop, if you ask me. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching Tommy's Reptiles.